how much influence does a party leader have on your vote?
You know what? It's funny you say that. That's something I've thought about a lot. Like when I go to the polls, I think about why do I vote? And the party leader to me is foundational. That's what I migrate towards. The person that I feel is best suited to guide our country and lead that country through. And it means everything to me. It's probably the most significant thing when I vote and go to the polls as a party leader.
A bit of an influence. I want them to be charismatic and someone that could negotiate and be a good representative of the people here.
The leader, the leader is everything. That person sets the tone and works with the members of their party. But so I think that they set the tone, and that's a key position.
I think the party leader does have an influence on my vote, because I think that that person has to bring everybody into the tent, so to speak. And I'm concerned if that person is not able to bring together the people to drive ahead the agenda that's good for all Canadians. So I think having a good leader is very important, both domestically and on the international stage.
You don't vote for the leader, you vote for your person in your riding. If you don't like the person in your riding, but you like the leader, you're kind of in a catch-22 in BC where I'm from. I don't like the politics of the person that's in power in my riding. I don't like who the person is, but I like the leader.
Significantly. I mean, again, they're the leader. They're the ones, regardless behind the scenes how policy and party constitutions are made up, at the end of the day, they're the ones steering the ship. They're the ones setting the tone. They're the ones, basically being the gatekeepers of who stays in the party, which voices, and I mean this as far as if there's like radical, extremist voices in a party, a leader can either inflame those voices, or they can say, no, you know what, these are my values and these are Canadian values. So I think they're absolutely important, and leaders need to, they need to provide clear leadership on what the values are of the party.
They probably hold the majority of the power for how people view them, because they're bringing forth the image of that party to the public and how they want to be portrayed and represented, because they're representing their political platform. So really it all rests on their shoulders of what their party believes in and how they want the public to view them.
Charisma for a party leader. I mean, I do like Trudeau, but he does things that I don't like either. But there's other party leaders that don't float my boat. So at the end of the day, it makes a big difference, I think, to have somebody that can relate to the average Canadian, not just people in business. You got to be able to get down to the grassroots.
Not really. I look for the values of the party. If they align with mine, I always hope for somebody charismatic that will be at the head of that. But if it isn't so, it isn't so. But it's the party and what it represents.
If a leader is, in a general sense, if they're charismatic, that could hold some sway.
I'm going to see the party leader as a person who goes and represents the party. And if that party is misaligned, then they don't get my vote.
I'd like to think of myself as looking at the platform first and worry about the leader after that. So for myself personally, I hope it doesn't have a huge effect, because it's only one person, and obviously the whole party is a whole vast array of people and opinions. So I try to look at the platform first.
I don't know. If I don't like the person and don't get a good vibe, I'm not voting for them.
Yeah, party leader is important, but also your local candidate is important too.
Yeah.
And they've got to be able to communicate both with the constituents and in parliaments.